Hey hamsters! In this week's Academy, we are taking a special look back at all the major events that shaped the crypto world in 2024. It's been a year with more twists and turns than a hamster darting through a maze, constantly finding new paths and dead ends. Their whiskers are twitching in anticipation already. Let's dive into the 5 biggest events that shaped 2024. 2024 started off strong, much like a hamster finally finding the perfectly engineered wheel after years of running in circles. Yes, it was the year of crypto ETFs. After 10 long years, the US saw its first approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Just 10 days into the year, the US SEC approved the first ETF that would track the price of Bitcoin. Keep in mind that while the US launch came this year, European markets had been offering exchange-traded products ETFs for a few years, since 2019. Up until then, America only had Bitcoin futures ETFs, which felt like a hamster constantly running after a treat just out of reach. So when it finally saw that approval, it was considered a major victory for the digital assets industry.
Victory!
An event marked by issuers including BlackRock, ARK Invest, Fidelity, Grayscale, and Von Echt, to name some of the bigger players that finally got the go-ahead from Gary Gensler, the man leading the resistance. Of course, his comments, even after the approval, resulted in a number of additional ETF-related headlines throughout the rest of the year. And fast forward to the end of 2024, and the 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs surpassed a total of $100 billion in assets under management. This made it one of the most successful ETF launches ever, which naturally spurred on a number of major price rallies throughout the course of 2024. While there was good news for some, there was bad news for others. 2024 was also marked by the end to the SBF saga. Once upon a time, there was an exchange called FTX, a shining star in the crypto world until it collapsed in November 2022. And behind that exchange was a man named Sam Bankman-Fried, who we will continue to refer to as SBF. Dubbed the most devious of all the hamsters, SBF ended up becoming the face behind one of the largest financial frauds in history, swindling an estimated $8 billion in customer funds through his exchange. Much like a hamster in a wheel, SBF seemed endlessly chasing after bigger and bigger goals, but in the end, it was his own greed that led him into a trap of his making. Even those with no ties to the exchange felt the impact, as Bitcoin's value plummeted in the immediate aftermath. The saga was labeled an astonishing rise and fall, which included a month-long trial in 2023, ending with a 25-year sentence.
Nope, stop talking, go to jail.
Oh!
Lengthy? Not when considering that federal prosecutors thought he should face 40-50 years, but also shorter. The 25-year sentence is also being appealed in headlines after the fact. And now, the year is ending with speculation of a potential pardon, as forwarded by a tweet from CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk. It would appear that the resolution may still not be resolved. The theme of justice continued throughout 2024, and pretty soon it was another one of the big names on the chopping block. Fast forward to September, and CZ goes to jail and gets out of it. The founder of one of the world's largest exchanges also went to prison. This came a few months after he had pleaded guilty to criminal charges around US anti-money laundering laws. But perhaps Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, said it best. Binance's willful failures allowed money to flow to terrorists, cyber criminals, and child abusers through its platform. Which led to him stepping down as the CEO of the exchange in November 2023. Then his 36-month sentence was taken down to a 4-month sentence. It was like watching a hamster in a wheel. He kept running, making moves, and seemingly trapped in the cycle of consequences. But just when it seemed like the cage was closing in on him, he found a way to scurry out and escape with a shorter sentence than planned. And given the short duration of his sentence, his 4 months behind bars also ended exit in 2024. Although his plea deal stated he couldn't ever run Binance as CEO again, he did speak out about stepping back into the entrepreneurial spotlight. Something to look forward to in 2025, maybe? A year for all-time highs. Imagine a hamster running on its wheel, gaining momentum with each turn. That would also summarize the year of 2024. Among the top contenders leading the pack were toncoin, which rose to an all-time high of $8.24 on June 14th. This was what was said to be the result of a positive overall market sentiment, continued investor interest, and ongoing development from the OG Telegram white paper. And this was only the start for Ton, which continued to see major growth, with research showing that the Ton ecosystem has seen a 12 times increase in daily transaction volume from 100,000 to 1.2 million in 2024. Then came price surges for the other alts, namely Solana, which hit an all-time high on November 22nd, 2024, with a price of $263.83. At the time, this surge propelled Solana to become the third largest crypto by market cap.
Wow!
This movement in Solana's price is often compared to a hamster running furiously in its wheel, constantly gaining speed, feeding off the momentum around it. Similarly, Solana's rise was largely fueled by the growing institutional interest in Solana ETFs. Word on the street was major firms like Bitwise and Von Eck were at the ready with applications. And of course, the more investors jumped in, the faster the price climbed, propelling Solana to new heights. This year was also a notable comeback for former President Donald Trump, who went on to make a pretty major comeback in his return to office. For crypto, this was pretty major news due to the president's pro-crypto stance, which resulted in Bitcoin hitting an all-time high, and another, and then another. The first spike in price started following Donald Trump's victory in November. Keep in mind, this was not only pro-crypto, but an end to the hostile approach the Biden administration had previously taken. The $100,000 milestone came immediately after Trump announced Paul Atkins would be Gary Gensler's replacement, what could mean more relaxed crypto regulations.
Nice.
10 days later, and bullish investors were still sharing in the excitement of the price rally, pushing Bitcoin again, only this time to $104,000. Then it was $107,000, following the confirmed plans for a Bitcoin reserve from Trump. Bitcoin then went on to surge to $268.45 and continues to see promise, although some speculate a pullback in the short term in what is the end to a very exciting year. So, although he won't actually assume office until 2025, token prices and of course Bitcoin have already reached new all-time highs. And remember the ETFs from earlier? Even these US traded funds attracted a pretty substantial inflow following the Donald Trump elect, $8 billion to be exact. And as far as Donald Trump's plans go, this might only be the beginning.
This is only the beginning.
Donald Trump's media group was also said to be considering the purchasing of Bakkt, a crypto exchange. Maybe it's too early to say, but scurrying into 2025 looks rather promising. Because where Bitcoin leads, the others will follow. And that's a wrap on 2024. Hey! Thanks for joining today's Academy. Be sure to subscribe and remember, hamsters are power. One for all and all for one. Bye!